Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to deal with people who so deliberately misunderstand what I say, and the media, whatever it is, or people who hack on my phone. I mean, it seems to me that the same thing has happened in all sorts of places. Europeans and then Americans have treated everybody who wasn't white as if they were totally inconsequential, and have been, sort of just moved people around, taken over places, imposed their will on places, treated people like they were subhuman, and everywhere that white people have done that, there's been a bad response. There's always going to be a bad reaction to that kind of thing. Is it right what's going on in terms of terrorism? No. But I think if there was a possibility in the United States of Black people doing what they could to make a peaceful transition to being included in democracy, they were able to do it because we already have the structure of democracy in place for white people, or at least white men. And so it was a question of convincing the white establishment that they were being hypocritical and unfair in not including Black people in democracy. The structure was already there. The thoughts were already there. There were, the basis of democracy was already there. It just wasn't really being fulfilled, right? And in other places where there's never really been a democracy, or where the United States or some other power even just decided who the leaders were going to be in total disregard for I don't know, political principles, in terms of people being able to choose their own government, and governments, being able to have elections and that kind of thing. There's some sort of bad result has happened, right? You're always gonna have a backlash, and I think even in the sense of the world being dependent on oil in the Middle East, it never did anything to reduce the stigma, right, towards Muslims and Arabs and that kind of thing. So that was what I was thinking about in terms of what I had on my phone last night for pages. But the conglomerate really doesn't care. They really don't care. They're so that, I mean, and as far as like my rejecting celebrities is concerned, I can't win with that, right? I mean, if I don't say anything, somebody's accusing me. If I say something like I'm not interested, somebody's accusing me. I mean, it's like I don't, the only thing I haven't said in all these years is, yeah, I want to teach you, call me or visit me. Really, I've never said that, and yet the accusations never cease. It's amazing, I don't know if it has something to do with people who are just in so much denial that they cannot credit anybody else with ever telling the truth, I guess, or people who really just essentially are so greedy that they can't credit somebody else with not living their lives according to that idea. Just get what you can from people, because they're always just, they're constantly taking advantage of me. So why would they not think, why would they not project their own horrible motives onto me all the time?